Up the pipe!
G'day guys, Nate here, coming at you with day 3 recap of the trade period, particularly talking all things Collingwood here. Trade period has hit fever pitch for Collingwood here after day 3. Spoiler alert, it hasn't, by the way. Second day in a row, I guess, recording a trade recap, and then there's news or just some random bullshit drops just after 5:30, before 6 p.m.-ish or something like that. I am recording this 20 past 5, coming home from work, so I guarantee something's going to happen. I did refresh as well, and it looks like Clayton Oliver will nominate GWS. Apparently, Justin Lepage has flown up to Sydney to meet with Clayton Oliver. One last ditch effort. Desperado from Justin Lepage in Collingwood to try and get Clayton Oliver, but I think the reality's kicked in. He'll nominate GWS here, and we are second fiddle. Unfortunately, GWS was first to Clayton Oliver when the news broke last week, and the rest has been history since. So it is what it is. Apparently, he's skipping phone calls and whatnot. Hopefully, he hasn't strung along Collingwood and Justin Lepage over this. But I don't think that's been the case at all. Not trying to defend Clayton Oliver. It is what it is. We needed Clayton Oliver in our midfield heading into 2026. The Giants clearly need him more. Finn Callaghan, Tom Green, Clayton Oliver would be their third best midfielder. And with Josh Kelly being basically ruled out for the majority, if not all, of 2026, they desperately need some midfield depth and some elite skills in there, I guess. So for the Giants, they get a quality midfielder in Clayton Oliver, an inside bull, I guess, and Collingwood have to look elsewhere for a midfielder or just something of note in this trade period. That's where we're at right now. We've missed out on Clayton Oliver. Hopefully, now, if he nominates the Giants, but they can't get a deal going by Monday or Tuesday, or if it goes down to the final day, I don't want to see the media drag this out and say, oh, Collingwood's still in the mix, or Collingwood could swoop in late to get the deal done for Clayton Oliver. No, it's likely not going to happen. Nothing's been confirmed or official on Clayton Oliver nominating GWS. It's just delaying the inevitable. Most likely going to decide on that after I finish the recording, or sometime tomorrow, or sometime Friday. No updates still on Brodie Grundy if it's going to be a deal done in the trade period or as a free agent. We'll find out by Friday, 48 hours from now, if he's going through as a free agent, diluting Melbourne's second round or end of second round pick, or if we're going to orchestrate a trade for that. If it's going to be a trade, I'm hoping at best a third rounder or a future third rounder, and then that gets on traded to Sydney for Jack Buller. That's likely the route that's going through. Maybe later picks involved as well. Sydney's carrying on as if Jack Buller's their Wayne Carey. The reality is for Sydney here, if you're making a play for Charlie Curnow, Logan McDonald's returning next year, Joel Amati, hopefully he's over his soft tissue injuries as well. Hayden McLean's your ruck forward, Peter Laddams as ruck depth alongside Brodie Grundy. You don't have a say, or you don't have room for Jack Buller, who's kicked a goal a game when he's played without Logan McDonald or Joel Amati. He's been solid without being outstanding. I'm not trying to shit talk Jack Buller, but you can't expect a solid second rounder or the world for Jack Buller and then not pay up for Charlie Curnow if you're going after him next week or in the next week or so. So for Jack Buller, I'm hoping we don't cough up a late second rounder or a future second for him. If it's that, then we need late picks from Sydney to accommodate that. So I'm expecting a solid third rounder or end of third rounder or a future third. Keep saying this but third rounder for Jack Buller. I think we get something similar for Brodie Grundy. Basically an impromptu three-way trade, but Sydney's not dealing with Melbourne here. But again, our trade period has hit fever pitch, apparently, because John Ralph reporting that Jordan Goey to St Kilda has hit fever pitch. It's not happening. I'm not going to go on like yesterday with Cal Toomey's article and whatnot. It's John Ralph, Clown Ralph, whatever you want to call him, Jonathan Ralph. It's not going to happen. Unless there's smoke to the fire, then I'll talk about it, but it's not going to happen. 7 days to orchestrate this sort of deal. I know St Kilda's in the mix for anyone that's got a heartbeat, anyone that's slightly disinterested or disgruntled at their current club. They'll come knocking with money and whatnot, but it almost was as if John Ralph hit send on a tweet that was drafted in 2022 regarding Jordan De Goey and going to St Kilda. And then obviously this morning on Trade Radio, Kane Corns discussing the possibility of De Goey, Collingwood getting rid of Jordan De Goey to sell high, apparently. I said an unpopular opinion on Nick Dacos yesterday. I'm going to say one here. Any club that offers a first rounder or something high in value for Jordan De Goey is nuts. Jordan De Goey's had 2 injury-impacted seasons, 2024 and 2025. He's looked good in the games that he's played at AFL level for St Kilda as well. Two words, Dan Hanbury. They're not going to make the same mistake there. Buyer's remorse, getting a solid, experienced midfielder that's banged up and bruised up and whatnot. They'll have to do their due diligence. That's a new catchphrase or cliche in this current trade period. Anyone that's offering up something significant of value for Jordan De Goey now is a little bit crazy. Not trying to scare these teams off, but Jordan De Goey, he's going to be 30 next year. And being banged up, I know it's a business. It's going to be cutthroat and ruthless to get ahead. And on face value, that's possibly the case, but I can't see a club offering up anything of note for Jordan De Goey. Yeah, I'm not going to entertain the idea. I know it's being, I guess, skeptical of it in case someone like a Bailey Humphrey comes to Collingwood or something major like that. But again, I don't think it's going to be the case. So, slow news day. Again, this time a little bit more slower. Nothing major in terms of Collingwood news, except for, again, Jordan De Goey being linked to St Kilda or people wanting to see Collingwood do something with De Goey or just trying to create something of interest in this trade period. It's not going to happen. This is not a fire sale. This is not 2020. So just forget about it. It's expected to be quiet and it's tracking along to be very quiet as well. No updates on Jack Buller. Again, no updates on Jacob Blight. Zach McCarthy being linked to Collingwood as a next gen academy player. Expected to be 37, pick 37, not age 37, but an end of second round, maybe early third rounder, just something of note. He's expected to be drafted either way in the national draft. Tom McGuan, again, unless he's fallen to the rookie draft, he won't be picked up by Collingwood in the national draft. Saxena in the mix to be drafted as well, or possibly rookie drafted as well. Again, our senior list spots have been a little bit tight so far. 3 spots available. Cox and Mitchell being told to look at options. So that's 4 and 5. Possibly, though, Jacob Bryan could be delisted with the promise of being selected in the rookie draft. He's out of contract end of next year, so it'll be similar to Oleg Markov and Ash Johnson, where they were delisted with the promise of being picked up. Seeing out their contract, if they don't get picked up, they either get picked up by another club earlier than us in the rookie draft, or we have to pay out their contract fully outright. And we extended Jacob Bryan to 2026, I think in 2023, so a 4-year deal, and we've had nothing to show for it. So what we do there, it might open up an extra list spot. Roan still out of contract, still Lockie Sullivan needs to be promoted as well. And then there's Jack Buller, possibly Jacob Blight, and our draftees as well. So that's the brief mention on our senior list spots. Clayton Oliver, Jordan De Goey, not going to happen either way. De Goey's not leaving. Clayton Oliver isn't coming in unless there's an 11th hour massive bombshell there. An update, though, from Collingwood, particularly around Craig McRae, Copeland Trophy. Collingwood might be altering their voting system for the Copeland Trophy going forward. As it stands now, 5 coaches, they vote on players, 0 to 4. Every player that plays an AFL game gets voted on this. It's not a case of 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Again, everyone gets voted 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. And they're thinking about changing up this voting system. Hopefully, it's not to accommodate Nick Dacos. It's just going to create a lot of online bickering regarding all of that. It's one thing for Craig McRae to have a sneak diss towards Matt Rowell. It's another thing to do this sort of thing. I'm just going to praise Darcy Cameron for a deserving best and fairest Copeland Trophy win this year. Played every single game, was solid in the ruck, a top 3 ruck in my personal opinion, biased Collingwood opinion, and filled a hole down back. He did everything he was asked to do from his coaches and then some. He also kicked a few goals. Could have kicked a few more goals as well. I guess hit-outs to advantage is something to improve on, but he's still a top 3 ruck in the AFL. Underrated ruckman overall, in my personal, humble, Collingwood bias opinion. And that's pretty much it from day 3 of trade period. That's all for this recap video. Day 3 in the books. Nothing's happened. It is 5:30, or just after 5:30 as of finishing this recording. I'll refresh the news. I'll see what's going on. In fact, I'll do it now. What's happened? Please don't be anything major. Nothing major has happened in the time of this recording. If anything has happened, I'll put it in the description as well. So I'll leave you guys all to it. Please be well. Please be safe. Hope you guys have had a good week so far. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Up the pies. Up the pies!